Hey you guys, I'm Key, and if you would like to know how I achieved these jumbo knotless braids with curly ends, aka the Coi Leray braids, which everybody is basically getting these days, then keep watching. So what you'll need for these braids is rubber bands, jam, I use extra hold, scissors, combs. To curl the ends, I use this perm rod, some hair clips. I always oil the scalp. This says Tropical Roots, but this is some hair oil I made myself. Mousse, for after the braids are finished, you want to mousse it and then blow dry it. And then for the actual hair, I use 2 packs of 18-inch expression pre-stretched hair. The packs with 3 bundles in each pack. So these Coi Leray braids are pretty big. You want to go ahead and make a big row at the bottom, and I only did 3 braids back there. If you want to do 4, those won't be jumbo. So first, I'd like to say when you're parting your hair, you always want to part it and then apply product to the part directly, whether that's jam, gel, whatever you use. Apply that product directly to the part like I just did and repart it, and that's how you get clean, crispy parts. So when I'm doing my knotless braids, I always thoroughly comb out the section of hair I'm working with, and then I part it into 3 separate sections. That's the easiest way to start your braid. So these Coi Leray braids, or these jumbo knotless braids, are pretty big. There aren't going to be any more than again, like this 20, video is sped up some. So the bottom row should mostly because the angle I recorded is not a great angle, but later in the video, so stay tuned for the whole video. I do slow it down to normal speed so that you can see exactly what it is I'm doing. So for each braid, I used 6 pieces of hair. Once I got to the top of her head, which is the last 4 braids, I ended up needing 7 pieces just to make the braid as long as the previous rows. So just keep that in mind. So while you're braiding down, you definitely want to check and make sure you haven't braided down too far or not enough. You want to just compare it to the braid right beside it so the rubber bands can all be in the same place. You don't want the braids, you know, some long, some short. You want them to all be the same. So the second row of braids should have 6, no more than 7 braids in the row. I did 6. So at this point, I'm sure y'all get it. You part your rows, make sure you apply your product to the scalp so that you can get crispy parts. You want to part out each braid before you start braiding. It'll just make it so much easier, so much faster, and install your braid, which I will be slowing down and explaining later in the video, so make sure you watch the whole video. All right, well, I'm gonna let you guys just go ahead and watch me, and I will be back to talk to y'all in a minute. So for the third row, I also did 6 braids. So on the first row, there are 3 braids. On the second row, there are 6 braids. On the third row, there are 6 braids. And on the fourth row, there will be 4 braids. And that's just the braids at the top. When I change the angle of the camera, you'll be able to see that. So if you've made it this far in the video, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I really hope you're learning something. Let's just take a moment to appreciate these parts. How often do you see parts like this? Okay. But anyway, make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. Share this on your social media. You might be helping somebody out. You know, some people really want to learn how to braid, and this video It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, if you just watch what I'm doing, you know, it's not that hard to catch on. I couldn't braid just a couple of years ago, and look at me now. So if I can do it, you can definitely do it too. So here's the moment you have all been waiting for. You want to go ahead and part out your braid, split it into 3 sections, and then begin braiding. So I usually braid 1, 2, 3 times, and then add in my first piece of hair, braid 1, 2, add in my second piece of hair. Then again, 1, 2, add in my third piece of hair. And I'm adding that hair in between my thumb and index finger. One piece should be between your thumb and one piece should be over your index finger. And basically, if you add it in on the right side, every time you get to the right side, you add in your hair. If you add it on the left side, every time you get to the left side, you add in your hair until there are no more pieces to add. You don't want to take breaks in between each turn of the braid, or it won't be consistent in size. I really hope that makes sense. But if you just watch this, you'll see every time I turn the braid, I basically add a piece of hair. It's also important to note that as you're braiding the braid down, you want to braid with product. Basically mean go ahead and dip your finger in the jam, or you see how I keep it on the back of my hand, and you want to make sure you coat the natural hair with that so that it can blend in with the braiding hair. And there won't be any little pieces of hair sticking out of the braid or anything like that. So braiding with product is super important, especially with big braids. So this is the last braid. Woohoo! All there is left to do is put your perm rods on the end of each braid and dip them into hot water, which I did off camera, and let them cool completely before you take the perm rods off, or the curl will not stay. I had to learn that the hard way. And some of the finishing touches are basically maybe put mousse on the hair. I always grease the scalp. Sometimes I put a hot towel on the roots to make the braids lay flat. There are a couple of things you can do. Definitely trim the braids and make sure there are no flyaways. And this is the finished product. Look at how good these look. She loved her hair. I loved doing this for her. And follow me on Instagram at keyswork, KEYSWORK_ for all of your hair needs. And I will see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Love you guys. Bye.